Sagittarian males. I split the male and female energies to focus more on exactly what's going on. So we're trying to alleviate some blocks here. Now, the first card I get for the Sagittarian males is war. I mean, you look at this guy, he's ready to fight. And I'm getting that kind of a feeling from the Sagittarian side here. We're in a fighting mode. We're ready and prepared, and we're fighting, and we're just charging in there. So there's a sense here of charging, and I'm not getting that it's really anger, but it's just like kind of like exploding. You know, there's an explosion here of energy that they just don't know what to do with, and there may be some anger and resentment in there, but I feel it's more of a release needed, right? So the war here, they're ready to start a war, and they're just looking for someone to give them an excuse. The next card I get is flow. So, and the war is looking directly at the flow. So I feel like there is a disconnection internally, an internal struggle we have here with intuition and the flow and the universal energy, where they want them to go and where they've been and what they're doing and where they think they should go. And I feel like the Sagittarian male is not quite in tune with his intuition. I think he's doing what he thinks is right and what he thinks is just and staying safe, but that safety has brought him to a place where he's not evolving. So that's really the conflict here. We're not evolving anymore, and I think the Sagittarian males are really hanging their hat on the fact that they have this. They don't have to worry about anything anymore. That, what did I say? Autopilot mode. That's what they were looking for. That's what they were trying to attain, and they've got it now. And it's like the universe going, no, we don't settle here. We got to keep going. We got to keep evolving. We can't just stay on the bottom rung. We got to start moving up the stairs here. So that's really what's going on here. Is the universe is struggling its energy forward into these males, and the males are going, hey, like I'm here. I'm doing what I need to be doing. Now leave me alone. That's kind of the sense I'm getting. It's like, I don't want to go, but they don't know what's on the other end. So the next card that I get is play. So there is a sense here. Okay, that's what took the anger out of the war here. That the beginning is like, and I get these Sagittarians, they're just ready to fight and jump, but they have that glimmer in their eye, like, come on, let me at it, let me go. But they don't know what direction to start charging off in. And not only that, they're really in a mode where they want to play, which is a good thing, and that's working for them. Because if they still have their sense of play, they're not going to go away defeated and turn their back. They're just going to keep going, out of curiosity, really. So that's good. There's war here. They're ready to fight and ready to act, and feeling a lot of release needing to come on. The flow is there for them, making them, splitting the energies in their mind. They're going, I need to go this direction, but it's not working. And, the universe is giving a solution, and they're going, well, that doesn't match with the direction I'm going. And the universe is going, well, we need to take a side here. And so their sense of play is all up in that. So we have to have faith in that to help us go forward. The next card I get is travel. So, Sagittarians are about traveling, right? They're about adventures, about going out and discovering new things. They like that sense of newness. Yet, I get a sense from a lot of these Sagittarians, they're just not willing to give it up at this point, which is kind of counterproductive to their sign and their element, really. The fire to go and explore new things. Why are you resting on your laurels here? We need to travel. We need to move. Let's get going. So the war and the travel is really going in a direction here. Now, the next card is organization. That's connected to the flow and also to the play. So there's a sense here, these Sagittarians are kind of trying to get their papers in order. They're trying to get everything organized. They're realizing something has to change. They're just starting to key in. They're starting to sit down at the desk. They've gone on their lunch break, and now they're coming back, and they're gathering all their papers, and they're going to start assessing. So this is really where they are. over the winter season and into the spring is organizing to see what they need to do, because they're seeing the split here, and they're going to try and, you know, go down the middle here somehow or make a compromise, but they got to look at all the facts. So I feel like that's what they're doing. They're taking all these things into account. What do I need to do, and what do I, so that's good. And then we end up at renewal. So there is going to be a switching of energy. There's going to be an infusement that these Sagittarian males are going to have to come from. So it's going to really be all flooding through them. They're not going to be able to deny it. The renewal of energy is going to be there for them. They're going to have the organizational skills to realize they have decision making that they have to do. And then the travel is in the direction of the renewal. So we're just naturally headed in that direction. So I feel like, you know, we may be pushed a little bit, but they're a little more aware than the Scorpios were. They're more aware that they need to change, so they're going to be a little more prepared, and they're organizing for that. So that's good. We have no digging in of the heels, and we have no resistance. We're just kind of feeling a sense of play about the whole thing, which is absolutely good. It overpowers the whole reading, and that is what you need, because that, when you have a sense of play and a lightness about you, you can deal with unexpected things a lot easier than having the focus and, you know, you get mad and cantankerous, which is a lot of where these these Sagittarius were sitting a while back. So now they've got a lighter sense of themselves and you know, a desire to achieve in a direction that they want to go, and they're seeing that there might be a benefit here. I'm not quite feeling it yet, but they're having a sense that it's there. So they're going to go for that. Now, the 3 tarot cards I put down, the first card I get is 6 of Wands. So that's a success card. It's the shield, right? And it's got the moon and the sun. So it's everything that was or is along the path, something that you couldn't figure out, it will be illuminated through the success card. It will come out, and you'll be like seeing everything for what it is, what it needs to be to you, and how it needs to be seen in order to be effective in your path. So in other words, all those organization skills, you're going to have all the facts and figures in front of you, and you're going to make an informed decision, and you're going to move forward from that informed decision, and you're going to feel very good and sound with your decision. You're not going to have any doubts. You have all the facts, everything's there, so it's all good. And there's success. So you make the right decision based on that, and there's no looking back. Now, the next card I get is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, as a situation, it really talks of emotions, giving of emotions. We're not quite mature in an emotional way where we have the king. We're not the king of cups. We're still a knight, but we're very we're mature in a way that we can understand what's going on. So there's something to do with emotional factors in that way. And we have this 6 of Wands. So there's success here in emotions and where we want to put them. Now, the next card that we get is the Ace of Cups. Now, this flipped around when I went to put it down. It flipped around upside down. So, and I also notice in the placement of where it sits from the Knight of Cups that the Knight of Cups horse is really veering away from the emotional Ace of Cups. So we have the Ace of Cups, which is really about all those emotional stirrings that you get with a relationship that you want to bring in. All the stirrings and the passion and you know, all of that. That's what it is. It's those stirrings. And if we have the Knight of Cups and he's making an offer, but he's veering away from the emotions, there it is. There's some kind of an emotional offer here that is being rejected. And in that case, it is a victory. So we may have someone here who may be getting an offer of love from someone that they have to turn down. And that is a victorious thing. That is a great win on your part, because, you know, either this person is not a match for you, or it's not good for you, or whatever the situation is. The veering away is a good thing. It's a successful, happy thing. You don't want to be going in the direction that this cup is coming at you with. And you also have the capacity to put that you have a mature sense of emotions that you need to put where you choose to put it. And I feel like it coming at you is maybe not an ideal situation. So it may be, so for someone that's single, it may be an offer coming in that you feel like I don't know, I don't want to go there, and that's very valid. It's very good, not only for you but for the other person. It just wouldn't work. So if you are in a committed relationship, it may be in advance from a person that knows that you're in a relationship and wanting to have, you know, maybe affair or whatever, and in that case you refuse it because you are in a committed relationship, and that is victorious for you because you're just doing the right thing, and that is, it's just good for everybody. Taking emotions into account seems to be an important process of where we're going here. And also I feel like the sense of play is the closest to these you know, relationship things. So it's that's where they get their vibes from. I feel like that's where they get the sense of play comes out fully in the relationship. You know, you can lighten up in the relationship, so they need to kind of focus on that. And if you're in a relationship and you're staying solid in that, and getting rid of advances, that's a very good thing. It's a very powerful energy field that you create between you and your partner. And even if you and your partner are not close at this moment, there's real energy that can be on reserve for that. And I feel like the play has a lot to do with the keys here as to where, like, we have this emotional center that's being played with. And if we don't have a sense of play, you know, we might get down about it and whatever. So this play keeps us on the happiness factor. Now, kind of went on a little bit about that, but yeah, it seems like there might be, you know, someone coming in and offering of love here that is just not really, is kind of being swayed against. So, and again, good decision. Good decision. Don't go for the offer. So the next cards I have are clarification cards. I have surrender cards for Sagittarians, really surrendering things that you need to let go, or you may need to accentuate, depending. Now, the card I got for the Sagittarians is surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. The attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of the flow. And it's right there, the flow. So it's interesting. Surrender to wonder and awe. And I mean, there's flow and there's play and there's wonder and awe, and we need to keep that. And it's a very refreshing energy. And I mean, we have a renewal here, and I feel like we may be on the upswing for the Sagittarians. Maybe seasonally, this is their time of year to feel happy and giddy, and it's just part of their cycle. So they're feeling it. So keep that. Keep that sense of play. Look back at it and understand why it was there, why it is there, and why it will be there in the future, and how you will, what you will do to keep it there, basically. So that's good. Surrender to wonder and awe. So basically keep that and accentuate that. You've got it. I feel like you've got a part of that here now. There's just I mean, the fire is coming from these Sagittarians. They're just kind of like, what do you want from me? But they're not angry. They're coming from a sense of play and a sense of, I got to change here, but they're not knowing how to do it. So the fortune card that I get for the Sagittarian males is the owl. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. So be aware that through this process, there's a deepening, you know, there's really, you know, we're going. We're going in this direction, and it's much more rewarding, and I feel like that's what's really keeping these males at play and at bay. No, they're going in. They're not at bay. They're going in, and they're going to really figure out what it is that's happening here, and they're having fun doing it, which is surprising to them, but not to the, you know, and they're surprisingly actually flowing quite well with it. So that's good. So all of it seems to be keyed in to a good balance. I'm feeling the Sagittarian males are really quite balanced with where they're going and what they're headed. And they're having a good lighthearted sense of Okay, let's go. Take me where you want to, let's do this. Let's play with this. Let's see. So that's a very good, kind of a wise energy to have. Deep down, I think there's some wisdom there. It's just they buck the routine, which is, again, it's not really in their Sagittarian state. They're adventurous, but certain things like their job and home, they want it to be kind of solid in that way. And then it's the other things that they like adventure in, and it's so when those things have to change, they have to wonder why. But nonetheless, on a good trail here and feeling the lightheartedness of the Sagittarians at this time, again, good energy to go from. So hopefully that helps you along your path. I think as organized and as meticulous as you're going to be, in a way, not quite meticulous as much as playful and curious. You'll figure it out along the way, and you'll have fun doing it. So, which is a lot better than some along the path that are picking it apart to a degree where it's not enjoyable for them. So this is the routine. It's going to be enjoyable from here on in, and we're making good strides in good directions. So take heed of that, and hopefully it helps you in your future. In the meantime, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, safe travels, take care, have fun, and be kind.